Let's look and see about the pepper spray incident. See if there's anything there to say that it was staged. Did you catch the one in the gray shirt, what she was doing with her hand? Well, she's the protester that was topless that you'll see later on, and we'll talk about who she really is, but look at her hand this time. So she's pumping her finger up and down like she's spraying a bottle of mace. So she's giving the sign that the scene is coming up to get over here to film it. And once again, here you can see her pumping her finger up and down like she's spraying a bottle.
Tell me what happened.
I was standing right here with these guys.
Yeah.
Whatever, topless.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to stay off the sidewalk because I know they don't want us on the sidewalk. I'm expecting they're
Uh-huh.
The photo on the left, of course, is New York, naked protester. The photo on the right is Canada, the G20 event last year, with Officer Bubbles. Here's some additional New York footage that I caught her in that she didn't really expect that she was being filmed. So she tries to cover her face. We'll visit her Facebook page to find out who she really is in a moment, but first let's take a look at the other one that was involved with that incident that day.
A YouTube video showing a confrontation between a G20 protester and an officer has gone viral and is making...
Again, we see another Greenberg, Tony's sister, Jennifer Sexton.
If the bubble touches me, I'm going to be arrested for assault. Do you understand me?
Don't confuse Officer Bubble with the individual that was arrested on the Brooklyn Bridge. Even though they do look alike, their ears don't match, so they aren't the same person. This is the protester that was blowing the bubbles that got arrested. Does she appear in the New York event? She sure does. With her partner from the pepper spray incident and from the G20, right there behind her. Now, in addition to these girls, we also see that the individuals that were arrested at the G20, along with them, also appear in the New York occupied pepper spray event. These two. Let's look at this video again, and we will see some additional actors that appear in the New York occupied as well as the G20. And one individual in here actually appears in the Dallas occupied as well, and he is a MoveOn.org member. Here's one, the so-called lawyer, the one in the blue shirt here. Toronto, New York. Toronto, New York. Dallas, and MoveOn.
We're willing to stand up and fight, and we gave hell to the ones who...
Toronto, New York. And you may remember her as, in part one, the Virginia Tech shooting student.
Instead of his name, Sarah Stevens is a junior here at Virginia Tech and a former CBS News intern. She and Sho were in the same playwriting class.
The person on Millionaire Matchmaker.
I'm a really good mom to my two Pomeranians, Bruiser and Paris Hilton. They're just like the light of my life.
JC Dugard, and the person on that got beat up by TSA.
Jail after a routine airport security check.
He slams my head against the table. My God, I'm getting beaten up.
She is mad as hell, and she's going...
As well as she is a Dave Weiss associate. Now let's take a look at some of the actors that play multiple roles in different cities. Toronto, New York. We have the actor Paula Rhodes playing an activist in New York at the Occupied movement, Emma McMahon at the Tucson Loeffner event, Amy at the Washington, D.C. Occupied, and then another activist at Occupied in New York. And then we also have the MoveOn.org employee playing police. And then returning the following day to play protester.
On Saturday, July 16th, roughly 60 people gathered in front of the provincial legislature to blow bubbles. Valentino Nisco helped organize the event.
Just because I thought people needed some place to get together and have fun.
Intelligent. He would help me out with like my math. He would, and that's how it started off. He just kind of seemed like one of those kids that kind of kept to himself. He was very, very quiet. I kind of made the effort to talk to him because he kind of kept to himself, and he was actually a really nice kid when it came, because we ended up dating like probably, I think I had just turned 15.
And who could forget Tony Greenberg, Toronto? I received a tip from this person, Stephanie Bast. Actually, she calls herself Von Bast, but her other relatives are named Bast, so I guess that's a stage name she's using. Well, when I found her Facebook friends list, I quickly recognized two individuals on it. One of them, her aunt, which you see here, and her brother, Jason, who is the Fort Hood shooter, if you're familiar with my previous work and investigations.
No, Closet just said that.
Attention!